Hey guys, what's going on? It is UCRS here and welcome back to another video. This is going to be a tutorial video and showing you guys how to make a beginner 2D banner for your YouTube channel. This is not for the experienced designer, it's just for your average designer who's trying to get into just making banners and making graphics. So yeah, using Photoshop, I will have more experienced banner guides in the future. Without further ado, let's get into it. First thing you're going to want to do is open up Photoshop and go to, once you have Photoshop opened, open up your browser, whatever browser you want, and type in YouTube channel template. I misspelled YouTube, no big deal. Click on images and then click on the first one right here, right click and hit copy. Go back to your Photoshop, hit file, new, and just make it whatever you want and just hit Control V and there you go. Or alternate method is you can just simply save image as and then open the image. It'll do the same thing. Alright, so once you have this open, you're going to want to use this tool right here, and you're going to want to make your primary color black, and you want to make it so you're only, or white, doesn't matter, so you cut out this part right here, so you only want to see this part here, okay? So I'm going to show that again. So as you can see, this right here, this little like mini rectangle, this is what you're going to see on the desktop. This whole thing's what you're going to see on the desktop, this is what you're going to see on the tablet, and this is what you're going to see on the mobile. So you want to have your text here, but you want to have it all fitting in right here because no one's really going to watch YouTube on a TV most of the time. So you want to keep it inside this mini triangle. So what you're going to do is do this. If there's a fill, just make it black. And then yeah, so you're going to do this. Scroll out using holding Alt and using the scroll wheel to scroll out. And you just want to make it like that there, and it'll fill it in black. Do this both sides. So now you can see this, you have something to work with now. So this is what you have to work with. So now we're going to do a basic design. So let's go to your Google and let's find a nice background. So for this tutorial, for the sake of the tutorial, let's just use a, let's try a gradient background. There's lots of different backgrounds you can do, but yeah, this should be good. Let's pick one we like here. How about this one here? Wait for it to load. Right click, copy, go over here, new layer, Control V, and now what you're going to want to do, hold shift, whenever you're moving something, hold shift, and make it so it's over the black thing, the black rectangles we've used here, and then under your layer, click and drag below both of the shapes, and then you'll see it just teleports like that, transforms like that. Now you can move into any like way you want. I think this is a good way to go. So now you're going to want to make a new layer again, and let's get some text. So for this channel, let's just call it test. Okay, so test. And you can use any font you want. Keep in mind, the default fonts you get are not that good. So if you want to find any fonts, all you got to do is go into font, click on thefont.com, link will be in the description. You scroll through and find a nice font you like, and then download it. So I'm going to use Distant Galaxy as it's one of my favorite fonts. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, first of all, let's center the font so you can just make it, good. So there's a couple ways you can do this. The first way I'm going to do is hold Control and then R and get your rulers out and align it. As you can see when you're going by here, if you go slow, you're going to feel a snap right in the middle. Do the same thing for bringing it down. Feel a snap. Oh, I accidentally had the text selected. That's my bad. I'm gonna bring it down, and you're gonna want to feel a snap right there. You can just like play around with it, and you'll be able to feel the snap happen itself. So I accidentally turned it. So let me just do that again really quick here. Text, test. All right, just gonna fix this quickly. Alright, so once you have these lined up, align the text so it's about in the middle. So this is about in the middle. You can also do like or select the layer and do align layer to selection. You can do all that as well. There's a couple ways you can do it, but I'm just going to do it this way. Alright, so once it's in a good spot you like, now you're going to want to add some effects to the text. So what you're going to do is you're going to right click it and hit blending options. Now once you hit blending options, you're going to see a bunch of stuff. First thing, let's change the color. We can do a couple of different ones. To be honest, I might stick with white. Gradient, I tend to use a gradient, which is where you can have 2 different colors, or you can, if you're a beginner and you just want to use color overlay, you can just do that, but I'm going to use gradient. Double click this and you can use a bunch of different gradients. I always tend to use this one and then change it to how I like it. Now I think I'm just going to stick with white with maybe a silver or grayer. Yeah, let's do that. A bit darker on top. Let's add a drop shadow. I'm gonna make the opacity 100. Distance, we'll leave that distance, keep it 5. Spread, I'm gonna make spread. Let's make the spread 67 and the size just like that. So 7, 67, 13. You can mess around with that. I know some people don't use this. Some people use their own settings, but I tend to just go with what I like. Now you can look around and see all this stuff. You can do bevel and best, just extra effects. You can use that how you'd please. You can add a stroke, but we're good as is. Alright, so now we have test, which is looking good to me. Now what we're going to want to do is change the size. So I'm going to change the size a bit. Center it. I'm going to make it basically cover up the whole mount. Quickly bring back my rulers and just gonna realign it as is. I just tend to freestyle it, 'cause it doesn't have to be in the middle. Whatever looks good is fine. Alright, so that looks pretty good to me. Ooh, whoa, oops, that looks good right there. That looks good to me. So now what you're gonna want to do, once you have your text and you're happy with your text, that looks good. You can open this up. You know what? I'm going to change it from test just to something like a username. UCRS. That's what I'm going to do. Just so it looks more like a banner. That's good right there. Perfect. So now let's get some social media on the go. So all you want to do is type in Twitter logo PNG. Find one you like. Right click on it. Make sure it's transparent. Twitter logo PNG. And I'm just going to name it Twitter PNG. All you're going to want to do is hit File, Place, search for where you found it here. So Photoshop Photos. Oops. Photoshop Photos, which is where I keep all my photos. Twitter PNG. Open it. Hold Shift and resize it to where you'd like it to be. Now I personally think things look better if they're all the same color, and as you can see, you can barely even see the Twitter logo there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it to where I think it's fine, like right here. Right click on it down here, blending options, color overlay, change that to white to match it, and add a drop shadow to it. Just so it all matches the same color. And for this, I'm going to do change the size at UC_RS, which is mine, just like that. Now I'm not going to keep this font though. I'm going to change the font to something that looks good. Personally, for stuff like this, I like that's okay. I tend to go usually with Obelix Pro right there. Obelix Pro, it looks good for that. UCRS. Try to pick a clean font for that. You can pick any font you want using thefont.com. And then all you're going to want to do now is, that's about good to me. That's how you make a basic one. Now if you want, you can also do anything you want over here. If you want to add a Twitter or a Facebook or anything, you do the same thing. You get the Facebook logo, plop it in. And let's just do that quick. Yeah, Facebook logo PNG, same concept, exact same concept as before. Find one you like, make sure it's transparent, save as Facebook, go back into Photoshop, make sure you don't have a layer selected, place Facebook.png. This is where you can use your ruler again. Try to keep it similar size. Make sure to use your rulers again so you can line up the bottoms of the logos, just like that. You may have to freehand it a bit on the logo. It's about good. move it so it's about the same, and then you can just type in new layer. Always make new layers, and then UCRS, and then I just tend to do slash for stuff like that. Perfect. Make sure just freestyle it. Ooh, oh, whoa, hold on. There we go. I was holding control, that's why. Freestyle it to where you think it looks good. A lot of this is your personal creativity. It's your banner, so you guys do what you want to do with it. This is a very beginner banner. I'll have so many more tutorials in the future of more complicated ones. But that looks clean. I like that. It's a very clean banner. And if you wanted, you could add a drop shadow to the text like you did with the logos. And I forgot to do one thing. Change the Facebook logo also to white and add a drop shadow. Drop shadow. Perfect. Looks much better now. And that looks good. Now, if you want to get some effects, you can search for a, I guess you can list glow PNG. Type in glow PNG on Google, pick one you like. Let's just pick this one. Save image as glow file place glow PNG. And then you can just add that to the corner if you like. It doesn't look bad. Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. Now, that's how to do a very, you could also do stuff like this. You could just find, like, I suggest making a folder for all the photos so you just keep it all in the same spot and don't just have it on your desktop. Now, okay, so that doesn't work. Here's the thing, if anything comes up like that, ooh, if you save a PNG and it comes up like that, that means not a PNG, so do not use that. I feel like it'll be the same thing here. I'll double check, but I think, yeah, they don't look like PNGs. You can just use like a bunch of different effects. You could also search for particles PNG, get some nice particles, and pick one you like. Let's pick this one, I guess. Make sure it's PNG. You can tell by the transparent background. This may not work. Make sure to always check, what was it called, media. Oh, it worked. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So you can just add some particles. Now, sometimes it doesn't look good. I'm just showing you guys stuff you can do. What you're going to want to do here is, as you can see, let's just get rid of these rulers for a sec. Okay, this is covering the font up, so it makes it a bit ugly. What you can do is you go over here and you click overlay. As you can see, that looks much, much better. So what happens is it basically takes the color and blends it all together. So you can make it an overlay, you can lower the opacity, you can raise the opacity. I think that looks perfect. I'm actually going to get rid of that glow. I do not think it's needed. But that looks really nice. It gives a nice effect to it. Gives it a, just like an extra, more, just better stuff. Now, one final thing you can do is go lighting PNG. Always mess with your PNGs. Find a lighting, something like that, preferably, but not like that. You could even, if you wanted to add that, you could, what you could do, something like this. Let's see if this will work. Let's see if this will work. Place, wall, light. Yep, that'll work. And you can just take it, and as you can see, it's kind of a square. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. As you can see, it's kind of like a square, so you can just hold shift and turn it. Add it to each corner for a bit of light and depth. Right click, duplicate layer. Just do that to each corner. Right click, duplicate layer. Right click, duplicate layer for every corner. To add a nice light effect, and if you wanted to, I believe you could also change the color to like blue if you wanted to keep the blue effect. And you can right click, once you have that blue, right click, copy layer style, paste layer style to make it all blue. And yeah, you get the point. That's going to be the end of this guide. If you did enjoy the guide, don't forget to leave a comment letting me know, and show me your banners. Say I made a banner, can you tell me what you think, and I will. This is just a beginner tutorial, but I think it turned out pretty well. This is how you get used to Photoshop and just help you guys just enjoy it. So I think it turned out well. I really like the particles on it. The lights give it an extra depth. I like the text. It's all good. If you want any specific tutorials, I will make them. I'm going to have thumbnail tutorials coming up, more advanced banners, 3D banners. I'll have tons of stuff, new effects. I have a GFX pack I'll be releasing soon if you know what that is. With a bunch of effects in it, so you don't have to go to Google every time and have unique effects and all that. But if you did enjoy this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Thank you all for watching. Any questions, leave in the comment section below. Have a fantastic day, everyone. And before I go, I'm not going to forget to do this. To save your banner, File, Save As, name it UCRS banner. Now, save a PNG and save a PSD. The PSD will make it so when you open it, you'll be able to still have the layer so you can see and you can edit it in the future. PNG is going to be the one you actually use when you go on YouTube. So save both so you can actually go back and edit your work. That's going to be all for me. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave any questions you have in the comments below. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Goodbye.